can I save this tray? I'm going to show you how to decoupage on metal using Mod Podge. I found this tray at Goodwill for $1.99. It has seen better days. Very classic. Would you have picked it up or would you have left it?
I printed out my image on legal size paper on my laser printer. Inkjet printers work also, but you do have to treat it differently. So you want to look that up before using the Mod Podge for it. I cleaned up my tray, removed the label, and used rubbing alcohol to just get it nice and clean. Then I used another piece of paper and just squished it down into the inset and used a pencil to just draw the template. I cut it out and then laid it over my image so I knew exactly what I was going to have. I traced it out and cut it out so it fit perfectly in the tray.
I'm going to let you in on my secret. This is my favorite Mod Podge for this type of an application because I'm putting the resin over it. Sometimes some of the other Mod Podge can appear to be a little bit cloudy underneath there, and this super gloss, it doesn't. So long as you let it fully dry, you're going to get a beautiful finish.
I brushed my Mod Podge all over the tray and all over the back of the image. You want to do that on the back of the image because when the Mod Podge or anything wet gets onto paper, it kind of stretches and wrinkles. So you want to make sure everything will stretch at the same time. I laid it down in the center first and then slowly put it down, but I didn't put it down entirely yet. What I did was I took the Mod Podge, spread it all over the image, and then I put some Mod Podge on my fingers so they would not stick to the image and take any of the ink off. And I took my fingers from the middle of the image and pressed out. That works most of your bubbles out. I'll show you later how to fix a bubble if you do get one stuck in there. If you like this image and want to know more about where I got it, I have that information down in the description. You just want to take your fingers and make sure you get everything smoothed out as best you can.
Now I'm going to take the water, dip my paper towel into it, and I'm going to clean this up. Because once the Mod Podge is on there, it is tough to get it off. So you want to make sure you get it cleaned up while it's still wet. There's a couple things happening here that didn't go quite as planned, but when that happens, all we do is pivot. So it looks pretty good, right? Except that I'm off a little bit to the side here. I'm not sure you can even tell. And for some reason right here, even though I went on the back side, the pen marking, it looks like, is showing through. It's never a big deal, so don't think it is. You just find something to cover it.
So I added a little Mod Podge and I added these pretty blue beads just to kind of cover up that area. And I did the same thing with the pink beads over on the flower side.
All right, then I'm going to just take a little bit more Mod Podge and I'm going to kind of drip it over there. And this will seal them a little bit as well so that when the resin does come down on it, it's no big deal. I was talking and I didn't notice I ripped a spot right there. And I do have a bubble forming here. So we're going to just poke that with our knife. Put enough Mod Podge on my finger so it doesn't stick. There we go. That one's good. You won't see that. I'm going to take just a tiny bit of the super fine glitter.
I dabbed the glitter on that one spot and then a couple of other spots so it looked more intentional, not like there was just one spot.
We're going to let this dry and I'm going to hit it with at least one more coat of Mod Podge, maybe two. Hopefully it'll all work out and we'll have this really cool project. My first and second coats of Mod Podge have dried. What has happened, and I don't know why, the Mod Podge must have reacted to something on the metal. So here, there's a couple spots there where I have brown spots and I don't really know why that is. And I'm trying to figure out, everybody's like, oh, just leave it. It adds to the vintage feel, but I feel like maybe I should try to minimize it just a little bit. I do want to also add is, if you can see the blue outline, that was 100% unintentional. In fact, these beads over here are because I had the blue showing up there first. That was because I used my gel pen to outline it and I didn't cut it out. And I figured it was on the back, it would never show. But now it actually looks like it kind of frames it and I think I actually like it. So we're not going to mess with that at all. But I think I'm going to put little dabs of glitter just to ease up on some of that brown.
I took the glitter in the Mod Podge again and just dabbed it right over the brown spots.
Here's our tray so far. And here's where I covered up those brown spots with some glitter, so hopefully they just won't be quite as noticeable. They're there, but maybe nobody will notice. I have some resin mix. Here's our tray, and I have about 5.5 ounces. I'm gonna make sure I cover the beads, and I wanna make sure I have resin going all the way to the edge of where the image is. All right, it is on here. I don't see any bubbles, but I'm gonna run my lighter over it anyway. Just as a precautionary thing, sometimes you just don't see them. And you just want to go pretty quick. I'm gonna let it cure overnight. Check this out, it is cured, everything is great. Now it looks like the perfect tray for a margarita. I like the way it's looking so far, but I wanna take it one step further into the vintage. You can stop here if you want, but you know, if we're gonna go colorful Key West style, we are going all the way. I'm gonna use some acrylic markers on this, and I'm gonna pick colors that are actually in the image. Like this beautiful pink is perfect. The only thing I will say is that if you want them to be permanent, you probably will either want to spray or brush a finish over it. So keep your template, lay it over, and then you can spray it and protect the surface. All I'm gonna do, like on the flower, I'm just gonna take the pink.
So I went all around and got all the roses with the pink and then added green to the leaves and some blue accents. And lastly, I took gold, added that to the handles and to the little swirls all around the tray. And the markers did a really nice job covering the metal.
Here we are, all finished with the colors on there. It's a pop of color. You might like the color, you might not. I would love to know what you think. I think it adds a fun vintage feel to it, but I liked it plain too. So I'd love to know what you think. This one was definitely a fun project, and now it's very durable because of the resin. There's a couple things I might do differently. I would probably seal the metal first, just because it is old metal and I don't really know what kind of metal it is. Maybe it was rusting a little bit, even though I'm not really seeing rust. Whatever was on there kind of seeped through in those areas, but we were able to cover that up. So that's good. And I don't think that took away from it at all. It might have added a little extra to it as well. But it doesn't matter what I think. What do you think? It is time for the shimmer scale. 10, you love it. 1, you hate it. Let me know down in the comments below, because I'd love to know. If you're interested in this image, I have the information down in the description below. It can be used for lots of different projects, so be sure to check that out if you're interested. If you're looking for another fun project, check out this one, and remember, life's too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter, and I'll catch you over there.